Hey, I'm Hilik, the owner of HVMA Social Media.
And how you guys doing? My name is Antonio, the digital marketing strategy here for HVMA.
And we're gonna talk about 5 mistakes that people do on social media.
Yes.
We're gonna start with the first one, selfish content. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so when it comes to creating selfish content, I really don't think people even realize that they're doing it, right? I think they're creating content that they think makes the most sense for them, but they really don't think about their target audience and what their target audience needs. So when you're creating content, you definitely want to think about what do you think will resonate with your audience, right? You know, I know you took that cute picture down at the beach, or you might have went out the night before and you think that might be a good content piece to post because you look good, but that may not always resonate with your target audience. So you really want to figure out specifically, what do you think their needs, what are their pain points, and start kind of answering those type of questions. Or even if you are going to make those aspirational posts, or we call it here your Fendi bag post.
Right, but how you combine it with your personal brand and your yourself inside, but still talk to the audience who sees it or somebody that you want to interact with.
Okay, I get you. So let's just say you do want to take a post of you were out, maybe you were at brunch, right? You have to create in your caption something that gives your audience some value, whether that's from an entertainment perspective, right? Or maybe that's aspirational, maybe it's educational. Those are the 3 content pillars that I recommend most people use, is having, okay, if you are going to create those type of posts, are you entertaining? Or, because not everybody's trying to sell something.
So you got to give them something back.
So it's just like, not everybody's trying to sell something on social media. So what are you giving, a value? Are you entertaining them? Are you educating them? Are you uplifting them? Like, what is this content piece doing? And I think most people just post just to post rather than really thinking through their content. What do you think?
I totally agree with that. You got to think about the person who sees it, because what happens is many people, they create their own content, they post it, and then they go to check how many comments I have or how many likes I have, and they don't get it that people just it didn't talk to them.
Right.
So the more you talk to the audience, the more likely they are to engage.
No, I agree.
And that's a problem. Let's talk about another mistake that people do.
All right.
Is being on too many social media networks at once and not really understand that each network is different. And many times things that I see over there is like, let's say we're talking about one content that you take right. The same one and you post it everywhere, and it's not going to work because each network has its own requirements and the audience is looking for something different.
Right.
Agreed?
No, I agree. And then two, to kind of, piggyback off that, it's just like most people don't even have the capacity to be on all these different social media platforms, because like YouTube is its own thing. Instagram is its own thing. TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, like they all have their own communities and different nuances. And if you're not in the space, and like you said, by just repurposing content, which is good, it's a good strategy. But if you don't understand the nuances of each individual platform, then your content is probably going to fall flat because you're not manipulating the content or using it in a certain way that, attracts that particular audience.
Something that I heard before is people think it's only about the age. So you go to TikTok, if it's like younger, they think, okay, that works for this younger generation or different, or Instagram or Facebook, different demographics, right?
Right.
But it's not necessarily only that age problem, it's the way you present the thing. So if you take even one video that works on Instagram, it's not necessarily going to work on YouTube or even on Facebook,
right? Because
the way it's presented, and not just because the age of the audience.
No, I definitely agree. You definitely have to understand the nuances of every platform. So what I truly recommend is that you pick 2 to start off with, and once you master those 2, you can move on from there. So what I always say is pick one long form content piece. So that's like YouTube, that's podcasting, blogging, that's your long form content. And then you want to have a short form content place. So that's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, right? Master those 2, have those 2 long form, short term content strategy. And then once you master those 2, move on.
Specifically about this one, we had before posts that you have the captions. It's a long something story or anything, but it doesn't work on Twitter because you're limited over there. Or on TikTok, for example, they don't even see it or covers your. So you got to make sure that you know which network you work with.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Another mistake that people do on social media is they don't use the insights and the analytics to understand what works and what doesn't work. And what happens is eventually you post something, even in the same network, even something that was working yesterday, it doesn't work all of a sudden and you don't understand why. So using the insights and the reports that the networks at least giving you, if you don't have access to other tools, that's something that is extremely important to make decisions for your next content.
Yeah, I agree. I think looking at your analytics is very, very important, okay? And I'll even give you something as simple as like knowing where your followers are. So let's just take Instagram. Like Instagram will tell you where the majority of your followers are. So, you know, for me, you know, we're on the East Coast. A lot of my followers are on the East Coast, right? And so, I don't know why my voice just cracked like that. It's like East Coast. But they're on the East Coast, right? And so if I post at 10 or 11 o'clock, even though it may be, 4 hours earlier in the West Coast, right? You would think people are still up. But since the majority of my followers are on the East Coast, that engagement isn't going to do well because most of my followers are not on Instagram at that time. Even though there's millions and billions of people on Instagram, right? The majority of my followers are not going to see it. They're not going to engage with it. That means Instagram is not going to push it out. So knowing when your followers are on Instagram, seeing what are your highest performing posts, right? What post gets the most engagement, the most shares, the most likes. Then you can kind of see, okay, this is what, people are resonating. Yeah, this is what people are resonating with the most, right? And then from there, I need to be creating similar content, those similar content pieces.
So that might be related also to being broad and creating content that is not consistent. Maybe part of being having a strategy. You're not consistent enough, and then you post random stuff and then it doesn't work.
No, I agree.
Okay, you want another mistake?
Sure.
Clear call to action or optimized bio is something that is extremely important.
Yes.
And many people just ignore it for some reason. So if you don't have the call to action, you don't send somebody to do what you want them to do. If you're posting just for yourself and you want to get likes, that's one thing, okay. But if you actually want to get results from it, you got to make sure that people know what's the next step and what you want them to do. And if you don't have a very clear call to action, then that's a problem. And the other thing is the bio. You actually don't have a very clear, short, let's say very optimized, what am I doing? What are my services? How can I help you? And then people don't understand it and they get confused. Only this confusion goes very quick and then they go.
Yeah, so I try to tell people all the time, like if people can't figure out within the first 3 to 5 seconds of what you do, what you offer, and what you can do for them, like they're not gonna follow you, they're not gonna subscribe, they're not gonna like. It's very important to have a very optimized bio. And actually in one of our next videos, we're gonna talk about how you can really optimize your bio to get the most value, the most clicks, sales, and stuff like that. But I do want to touch on it a little bit, is that just make sure that you have very clear call to actions in your post and in your bio. People should know, within the first, 3 to 5 seconds, what you do, what you sell, all those things. And I think people just leave that up to chance.
And you don't have a lot of time. They lose patience in 2 seconds and you lose them in 2 seconds and then they're gone. They need to know exactly what you do in the first look.
Absolutely. So I do think though, we're going away from having before we used to have super curated feeds on Instagram. It had to look a certain way and all this other stuff. And I think for branding, that's still the case. But I think people are looking for more authentic content. So it doesn't necessarily have to be super branded, but people should still have to understand exactly what they're getting from your page.
Agreed. You want another mistake? Number 5? Number 5 is not listening to the networks. What does that mean? So each network, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they give you suggestions. They give you pointers of what they want you to do.
I agree.
And people ignore it. So you go on Facebook, for example, you go to the home feed and you get the first message on the top will say, hey, groups are doing this and that. But you ignore it, you just continue scrolling.
Do what you want.
Not understanding that Facebook says, I want you to go in groups and I want you to do these things. And same thing with Instagram. Sometimes you open your Instagram, you get a message on the top that says something about insights or about something. They want you to pay attention to it.
I agree.
One example is that when you post on Facebook a video, they recommend that the video will be at least 3 minutes.
Yep.
Then if Facebook recommends a 3-minute video, that means if you'll do it for at least 3 minutes, they will help you. They will promote it. Same thing with Reels, same things with, any suggestion that the network is giving, you gotta pay attention to it.
I agree.
That's what they want to promote right now. People ignore it.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure why, but again, hey, I mean, everybody is not really in the social media space, but you definitely have to listen to what these platforms are. Like the way that they have things aligned, like Instagram recently just completely changed. It's been about 4 or 5 months now, but they completely changed how their app looked. And now they put the Instagram Reel button in the middle of their platform to try to literally signal to you, like, you have to use Reels. We want you to use Reels. Like, we incentivize you to use Reels. So these social media platforms, are telling you, hey, if you want the most reach, you want the most engagement, all that stuff, we want you to use what we're telling you to use. And so like right now, it's Instagram Reels, right? On YouTube, they're trying to push people into, creating YouTube Shorts. They're putting a lot of money and dollars behind these things because they want you to use it, right? And so, if you don't do it, you're just not going to get as much engagement as you like. Now, that may be frustrating to you, and I understand, but you have to do what these platforms want you to do.
If you're paying attention to what will bother them sometimes, it will help you create the content. For example, TikTok started at some point and there was a buzz, right? And people started to create those short TikTok videos. Then Instagram came up with the Reels. So obviously TikTok was bothering them. They come up with something new that, again, needs to compete. So if you understand that Instagram is now trying to promote something against something that bothers them, then you can jump on it and say, hey, I need to create Reels right now. They're probably going to promote it.
Right. It's just the same thing like when Instagram took stories from Snapchat.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So they were pushing stories very, very heavily because they were trying to get people off of Snapchat. And then this cycle just continuously goes. So whatever the new popular, trend is on that social media app, you definitely want to use it as early as possible, because normally the early adopters normally get the most reach and the most likes from using it.
You want another mistake? A bonus one?
A bonus one.
Because you just said stories.
Yes.
All right. My opinion, okay? You tell me what you think. Don't make so many stories per day. Because here's my question to you. When you go to anybody's account and you see a bunch of stories, little pieces over there, what do?
Yeah, I normally just click through them.
You skip it.
Yeah.
So that's why don't make so many stories. You kind of lose the audience. People skip it, they don't see it. When you make 2, 3, 4, 5 per day at most, then you have a chance of people watching it.
Right. No, I agree.
So that's a bonus one.
Yeah, and then another tip too, especially with Instagram, give your stories a break. So normally most people say if you give a 24-hour break, especially if you start to see the dip in your engagement with your stories, give it 24 hours, let all your stories reset to where there are no stories, and then when you re-upload again, you're normally going to see a higher view rate than if you just post on stories every single day. So that's another tip too.
Great. Thank you very much. That was great.
Yes.
I hope that was good. Right? So we'll create more videos like that. Hopefully. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel. Follow us and make sure that you implement the things.
Yep.
And that's it. See you next time.